I'm Rita Jabri-Markwell. I'm a lawyer with the Australian Muslim Advocacy Network, and it's a real pleasure to be here tonight to put some really important questions that are close to the heart of many Muslim sisters and brothers to our candidates that are running in the seat of Moreton. These three candidates are running for the local seat of Moreton. I would like to put forward our first question. You will be aware that this election has attracted a lot of huge commitments especially for marginal electorates. The Liberal National Party has committed up to $500 million in one seat in Tasmania. Labor has committed about up to $150 million in one seat in Victoria. We are in a marginal seat here in the seat of Moreton. We are aware that Stephen Huang has been instrumental in securing a $3.5 million grant that if the Morrison government is re-elected, that the Hurricane Stars Aquatic Centre, multi-purpose aquatic centre, would be built, and this has been described as a life-changing initiative in terms of the support it will be giving to women and men from multicultural communities to be able to feel safe where they swim and where they, play sport. And so our first question to the candidates, to each of you, is what will you deliver to this local seat in terms of community infrastructure in this term of government to support migrant communities and multicultural communities to feel part of this community? And we'll start off with Graham this time.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Rita. Obviously, all infrastructure in Moreton is going to benefit a multicultural community because 1 in 3 people in Moreton have a connection with overseas. So the biggest commitment I have is to a level crossing in Coopers Plains. That's a massive piece of infrastructure, will cost $400 million, and I've secured $133 million from the federal government to make sure that is built. It's a massive problem. But there are other things as well. I've secured $2 million to upgrade a pedestrian overpass in Sunnybank. We're calling it the Dragon Bridge. To put lifts in either end of it, because at the moment you've got to go up 4 ramps basically on either side, which is a problem for senior Australians. And if you know Sunnybank, it's a significant multicultural hub. So there's that commitment. Then there's some various schools projects as well. They're on a smaller scale, like whiteboards and things like that. I won't go through all of those, but obviously, particularly in some of the multicultural schools in my patch, there's some of the commitments that I've secured. Then there's that overall Labor commitments that flow across the nation. We've always had that strong commitment to multiculturalism, particularly in the last 50 years or so.
Thank you, Graham. Okay, Stephen?
Thank you. I think it is my honour to be here once again just to reiterate that the re-elected Morrison government will provide that $3.5 million to the Hurricane Club to build this swimming pool. I met with Farah a couple of weeks ago, and she has stressed the importance of why this should happen. So we have listened and understand the needs to provide a safer swimming space for the people from Muslim cultural background. And we have acted on it. And of course, it is a great initiative, but I won't take the full credit of it because in fact, Senator Paul Scott, who is a senator for Queensland, who has been instrumental in pushing for it. And of course, I was supportive of it. And it is great to see that a commitment has been made. And I understand Farah has been asking the other party to matching it, and it hasn't happened yet. But but in addition to that, I'm fully supportive of providing equal number of changing rooms for the female players in all sports clubs. So I was able to make an announcement to secure another funding for the AFC club in in Sherwood to make sure that they get the enough change room for female players. And I'm supportive of the Equalizer campaign to push for more changing rooms for both male and female players, because if you look at the history, many of these clubs start with 2 or 4 teams, and there were mainly male players. But now, because of the increased female players in these sports games, I think it is important that we push for equal space for both male and female, and I'm fully supportive of it, and I'll push my best to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. And Claire.
Yeah, thank you very much. Look, making sort of pre-election sort of local funding commitments like this is not something that the Greens really do. We sort of make commitments on a much broader scale and all of the time, not just before an election to try to secure votes, but on a national sort of scale, we would like to build 1 million new social houses, cap rents on houses, and we've got a scheme to provide $300,000 homes for first home buyers, and to clear the public housing waiting list. We've